Do you know how many liters that engine is?
Liters?
Or
I don't deal in liters. It's 702 cubic inch, whatever that is. 11.5.
11. Oh.
And my truck's a 6 liter.
Yeah, it's 5.7 liters. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my Chevy's a 6 liter.
Whoa.
So it's.
This thing's huge.
Yeah, 702 cubic inch.
When did they make it?
1960 through 66.
What car was it in?
And 1960 to 66 GMC trucks.
Oh wow.
Wasn't in a car. But yeah, 630 foot-pounds of torque at 1600 RPM. I do believe my pants are on fire. Looks like my chair's on fire. I believe my table's on fire. Oops! Wait a minute. I believe that's old Dee Dee Speed Shop's chair right there. Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Waylon Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel. Yeah. You like the socket bracket and socket? Yeah, I do too. Okay, I'm going to point out something here to the YouTube audience. Something I don't like. It just doesn't set right with me. I got new tie rod ends for this thing, and this one, you can't see it, but it's a new old stock. This is an aftermarket, and it has this nylock nut on there, and I don't like that. It's not even drilled for a cotter pin. It doesn't, you know, or I would have put a castle nut on it and put a cotter pin. But I've ordered another one because I don't like that. I just don't think it's right, because if this comes loose, there's no backup plan. If you're meeting a semi at 60 miles an hour, you don't want that to come out. You know, so we're gonna change that. I just don't trust that. I don't like it. I'm gonna put a different one in there. It's on its way, but in the meantime, we can swap out that axle that's really bad and then do the other one a little bit later.
That's it.
There you go. See, that's not even drilled. I just don't understand that. Yeah, there you go. I hit it right on the side, right there. You have to get aggressive.
Yeah.
See, there's no hole in that. That does not make sense to me. Okay, now you gotta take this off. We gotta pull that ball joint, because this whole thing has to swing out in order to get that axle out. Watch your head.
Yeah.
Pull it up a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that's gonna take a pair of pliers. I kind of use the side cutters, but whatever works for you. There you go. Pinch them together. Oh, the thing about side cutters is you can grab hold and it gives you some leverage, and then you can work them out that way.
Yeah.
This kind of work better than regular pliers, I think, for that application. And get another bite and get closer. There you go. Okay, I'm hoping that'll pop out. It should, since it's new, it should come out easy enough. I don't know what size that is, of what, 15, 16, 16 maybe? I'm not good with judging metrics at a glance. Neither are you. It's gotta be one of those. Be somewhere between a 10 and a 19. I was guessing 16. Was I wrong?
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it might be
What is that?
19 again.
19? Wow, I didn't think it was that big.
Big one?
Yeah, because you need to go in there and pry this up and try to get this out of there. It has to come out.
Through there?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy peasy. One would think. Watch your hands. That has to come out of there somehow. You're going to pry up and push it out kind of at the same time, and it's going to be a chore. There you go. I think you're going to get it. You're almost there. You might have to take a hammer and knock it out at the same time, maybe. I don't know.
Let's see.
There you go. Good job.
Didn't even need the hammer.
No, didn't need the hammer. Now what you need, there's a roll pin in that axle. You have to get the right size punch to drive that out. Because if it's too little, it'll go inside, and if it's too big, it will get stuck in there. So I think you might be right. If you turn that axle a little bit down a little bit, it'll give you access with the hammer. There you go. Now you can put the hurt on it. You can put a swing on it now. Did you get your knuckles?
Yeah.
Careful. Oh, you're making progress, man. And it's really not a successful job unless you bust your knuckles a few times. When you knock the bark off your fingers a few times, then you know you're doing good. There you go. See if that'll slide off of there. You just grab it and try and slide it back. Okay, you might have to push that this whole business out, you know. I'll help you get a bite on it.
Oh, I see.
Wasn't too bad, was it? Yeah. Moving.
Could I just?
It's just you know, it's just being a Subaru.
Yep. Being a brat.
Just being a brat, like it has been the whole way. What if you tap on this end? There you go. It's going. Okay. I'm going to help you out a little bit. Maybe. There you go. Then all you do is reverse the process.
All right. Sounds simple.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll just swap out the suspension on the whole thing. It sounds simple enough.
Simple enough. Yeah.
The struggle is real.
It is.
What will help you is if I hold this down.
Okay.
That will help you a little bit, I think. Get it aligned. There you go. That sounded better. That sounds better. So I think you're going the right direction. There you go. You're in.
Now, castle.
I just got to get it on the other end. Look at you. Okay, now think about this. Think about what you're doing. You got a roll pin to put in.
Oh yeah.
Be turned exactly the right direction. Because I missed it by one tooth on that video, remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
If I put this in there and the end of it to get it started and then flip it over, would that be okay?
Mm-hmm. If there's room for it to flip over. Yeah, that's a good idea. That will hold it in place while you get it started. That's an excellent idea. Excellent. I'll just go as far as it can. You know, you can put something a little shorter in there, Noah, than that punch.
Yeah.
And that way you can flip it around further and start to drive it in. Yeah, that might work. Yep, that might work.
Look about good to you?
Yep, it's flush. It's good. Okay, I showed Noah an old Indian trick. This is how the old Indians used to do it. we did a little finagling, but we finally got her. Okay, that'll do until I get that new tie rod in.
All right.
And that beveled washer goes in there, and then the flat washer, and then the nut, and then a big cotter pin. I gotta find a big one.
Which
I
way
got
does
some somewhere.
the bezel washer go in?
Well,
This way?
think about it. Yeah. That one and that one. Okay, cotter pins. Where are my cotter pins? You got the lug nuts. Cotter pins, come on guys, don't be that way. There we go.
So with these,
Size are those?
19th.
Okay.
With these, do an X, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I go snug and then snug. Yep, that's how I do it.
And then go over them.
Yep, and do it again until they're pretty tight.
Seem right?
Yeah, let me see. There you go. That'll do it. Your hubcap. Hubcap.
That's the original, isn't it? Got it.
Got it?
Hopefully it's the right side.
Backup lights work. Brake lights work. You got brakes? Okay. That trim looks nice.
Yeah.
We got a good low mileage motor out here in this donor. I think we're going to put in the spring. I'm not going to do it right now. We got a good fender out on that donor to replace that crumpled one, and we'll do that this spring too. I'm tired of working on this thing. I need a break. I need a brat break. Come on. Good. All right. I like the stance. I think it sits good. Yeah, I like that. Looks good, Noah. That trim really made a big difference.
Yeah. So sick.
Now, got to get you to help me with something. Thank you. Okay. Let's adjust this thing a little bit. I wonder if your face is as dirty as mine.
I think mine's a little bit dirtier, maybe.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you something about this brat.
Yeah.
You know, the other night we were working on this thing, and we had the seats out and doing that console and all that. Mm-hmm. And you started taking that little cubby hole out of the dash, and in my mind I'm thinking, well, I said, what are you doing? You go, well, I want to put a switch panel in for that Cyclops, you know. And in my mind I'm thinking, why would you do that? It's a nice, pristine dash. There's no cracks or anything. And then I thought about that later, and I go, you know what? That sounds like something my dad would say when I was 16. So I'm not going to be that guy.
Well, I reconsidered it. I was like,
yeah.
I was looking at switchboards for it, and I was like, this is just going to look ugly. Like,
Yeah.
It's not going to fit the...
No, we can make something nice.
And yeah, 1, 2, 3 already there ports. I mean, you could put there's so many places.
Yeah. Oh, we can make a nice little mounting bracket and put some switches in. But what I want to tell you is, you know, my job was to try and get this thing roadworthy, and the only way I need to do that and make it safe is put it back to original. Pretty much got that done.
Yeah.
But from here on, you know, I want you to take it and make it your car. Okay, whatever you want to do. You know, and if you ask me for advice, I'll help you. I've got ideas about how to do things because I've done it so long, but this is your car, and you need to make it your car and not my car. Not what I would do with it, but what Noah would do with it. But I'll help you. You know, that's just, if you want to take a chainsaw to the dash, well, it's your car, you know. So, yeah, I'll help you however I can, but I want it to be, you know, you make it Noah's car, however you want it, and I support that, and I'll help you however I can. Mm-hmm. So, if you ask me for advice, I'll give you advice, but you got ideas and things you want for it, and that's cool. Well, that's good.
After we got it back to stock, right?
Yeah.
I kind of took a second look at it and was like, you know, never mind about all those ideas, because I was looking at the rough, beat up version that some guy.
Yeah. Anything would have been an improvement.
Yeah. But this.
It's looking better all the time.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Trevor was 16, you know, 17, and doing things to his little S10 pickup, drop spindles on it, and he put certain kind of mirrors on there. It's just fun to drive. It is so much fun. I can't drive it. I'll get a ticket because I can't keep my foot out of it. Well, then after he was 25, he goes, his taste changed. You know, I don't like that anymore. I'll put the original mirrors back on it. And the grill. You had the custom grill, and he changed that out. So if you have it that long, you know, your ideas will change too. But yeah, I want you to make it your car, however you want it.
And well, it looks good.
It looks a lot different than when we rolled it in here.
Yeah.
When you were pressure washing it out there. Yeah, it's come a long way. You know what I'm gonna do tomorrow?
What?
I'm gonna work on this thing.
What
Something that
do?
has 9/16 and 5/8 bolts, half inch. First thing I want to do is get rid of that ugly battery box. That was temporary. And I'm gonna make a permanent box for it. And either start working on a fuel system or the brakes. Probably brakes. I just put that on there temporary just to start it up, you know, when I.
Oh yeah, I see.
Before, but I'm gonna mount the battery inside.
Yeah.
Under the floorboard, probably. That's where it was originally. Anyway.
Do you know how many liters that engine is?
Liters?
Or
I don't deal in liters. It's 702 cubic inch, whatever that is. 11.5.
11.4.
Yeah, it's a beast. I think for the better. We got a good fender on that donor car out there that we're going to put on in the spring. May even swap out the engine, although this one keeps getting better and better. Still got a noisy tappet. It's a lot different than when we brought it home. Yeah, we're gonna clean up those bumpers, the grill. But, starting to look like not too bad a little car. I'll take her for a little spin. Well, you know, in the last video where I was doing that suspension swap, I had a lot of comments about, a lot of people saying, boy, it's too bad Noah wasn't there to help you with that. And he wanted to be. Oh, believe me, he wanted to be. He's still telling me he sure wished he could have been here. But he was out of town. He was with his dad and out of town holidays and whatnot. And I kind of had to keep pressing on with it. I needed to get that bay opened up over there. So I kept going, but he really wanted to be here, and he comes up, well, he'd be here every day. He's got school, you know, and he's a really good student. He's really good grades, and sometimes he takes advanced courses and whatnot. So he's got a pretty heavy workload at school, and of course that has priority. But he comes up here every chance he gets, and he was telling me one time when he was up here, he started telling me about this this thing that Subaru did back, I think between 80 through 82, I believe. They did this thing called a third eye or Cyclops headlamp. They had a little light in the center of the grill. The little Subaru emblem would fold up, and then there's a third headlight. I don't know why, but that's what they had, and he was telling me all about that, and he just thought that was a really cool feature. And I said, Well, let me show you something. So I went out to my little stash, and pretty soon I came back and I showed him this. And he just flipped. He's really excited about this, and we're going to install this. It don't fit this model. No, it didn't come with this model. This is an '86. But you know, old Pappy has a way of making things work. You know, so we're going to put this in, and it's folded up right now because we hooked it to a battery to make sure it works, and it does. But you can see the emblem is there, and that just folds down and covers up the headlight. And flips up. It originally flipped on, I think you toggled the turn signal switch, and it would come on if you were on low beam. And they called it a passing light. I don't know why, but anyway. But somebody had given me this about 20 years ago, and I just hung on to it. And I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd put it in the hoopty someday, or maybe they gave it to me for the hoopty. I don't really remember. But I know I've had it a long, long time. And I told Noah, I said, I must have been saving it for you because it's yours now. So he's pretty excited about that. We're gonna make a few modifications and install this. This will be an added feature on the little brat. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hang Noah's little car. We're gonna suspend it from chains up there. Yeah, well, we hope so. And we hope we don't die while we're doing it. Okay, I think I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, that way a little more angle on it. Yeah, more feels safer now. Oh yeah, this is great.
If you put the foot on the
Yes.
oh God.
Oh yes.
Yes, dear.
Okay, we're gonna need to. You better get on this side, you think?
Well, I'm okay right here.
I don't want to push you off. Oh, I need to go another 8 inches. Can we come this way?
Yeah.
A little bit? First, before I pick it up.
Oh, here, but
It's hanging up here.
well, it's on this side. Okay.
Oh, just another inch or two. Up. Okay. Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Got it. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, it'd be nice to have the one behind you, but I don't know how to get there. Can you come over this thing or no?
No.
Okay, I need to move the ladder over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and hang that as tight as you can. Short as you can. There we go. Got it? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming over there.
Okay. got you. I got you. I think, Victor, I need to drive the tractor forward. A little bit. Oh, here, if you can get up there, I'll pick it up. I can get up there if you can. I know how to do it. I've been up there before. If you want to come here, I can go up there. I know how to do it. I can do it. I'll show you. Come over here and hold this. Get over there. By that door, it's going to roll over.
Wait.
I guess it can't go all the way. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm going up there. Hang this. Oh, darling, I'm so glad to have you back. I have missed you so much. Welcome home, sweetheart.